gamers! Hello there! Welcome to episode 13.
Yep.
Another episode of the Gaming Frontier podcast. My name is Adolfo Aguirre and I'm joined, as always, by the number one, the ultimate weirdo.
Oh, so that was going a different way.
That's a compliment, really.
Of course.
Because being weird is always a good thing. Welcome, my good friend, Mr. Guillermo Guayle, IX space 6 UI U1 LL3
Yes.
space XI.
Yeah.
That's because
No one's gonna get that.
No. How are
Yeah,
you?
that's me. I'm good. I'm
Awesome.
ready for this week's show. We have a packed show. No, actually, we have a lighter show this week. We're gonna try and keep it under an hour this time.
It's
But
a lighter show, but the topics
Yeah, exactly.
that we're gonna
It's
discuss.
very, very big topics we're gonna
meaty.
talk about. And yeah, excited to be here as always.
It's always a good thing to be every Wednesday recording this show. This podcast is part of Gaming Frontier's YouTube channel, where you can find gaming-related content throughout the week. The Gaming Frontier podcast is a weekly show where the two of us, Guale and myself, discuss the latest news in the gaming industry, our thoughts, predictions, and in short, everything that has to do with games, video games, because we kind of like them. Right?
Yes.
We like them a little bit, just
we just
just
might,
a little
yeah.
bit. Yeah, not that big into this whole video game thing that kids do nowadays. But
Kids.
so
Right.
let's get right into the first topic, the first section of the show, which is impressions, where we will be discussing some impressions on new things, new stuff that we've been playing over the last few days,
Yeah.
and especially when it comes to betas and that kind of cool stuff
Yes.
that we've been trying.
Absolutely.
So we played two different betas. I played one and you played the other one.
Yeah.
Let's start with the first one, which is Mirror's Edge Catalyst.
Yeah. That's
So a big I wouldn't say shadow, but it isn't shadow because you're here. But credit where it's due. You received two download codes.
Yeah,
two
two promo
download
codes,
codes,
yeah.
two promo codes for the Mirror's Edge Catalyst closed beta. Because this wasn't an open beta; it was a closed beta.
That's right.
And you were kind enough to give me one.
Sure. It was your birthday, so
It wasn't.
it was close enough.
Whatever. So yeah, and I got it and I played it, and you didn't.
Yeah, I didn't have a chance to play. I tried to play it last night, but it was already over,
was
so
already over.
I couldn't.
So I played this on Monday evening, and so a big disclaimer before, I haven't played the first Mirror's Edge game. I didn't play the.
You should.
I
You
know.
really should.
I know. I should, but like I've been looking for it because I mentioned in the previous episodes of this show that I'm a physical copy guy, right?
Yeah.
And I've been looking for a physical copy of Mirror's Edge and I haven't found one.
Right. Yeah.
That's the reason, really, because I want to try the game, especially now because I play Catalyst, the U beta, and oh my god, it's so good. Like, and yeah, disclaimer, I didn't play the first one, so I don't know how it compares to the first one. I don't know how better or worse it is at all. But I mean, just in terms of visuals, because I've seen the previous game. Wow, this game looks impressive.
Oh, nice.
Like the art style of the game, it makes everything pop out so much. And just it's a racing game, but without cars, without anything. It's just the mechanics of free running and parkour are so perfectly executed. And to be fair, I sucked at the game because it's my first time playing any kind of game like this. So it's a first-person free running parkour thing. So
Yeah.
I fell a lot of times. There were a lot of times when I went to get onto a ledge and I didn't reach it in time, or like I didn't jump enough.
Yeah.
I these kind of things where you don't calculate
Right.
well enough the distance between you and your goal, and that kind of stuff, physics, physics.
Right.
And yeah, so I had a lot of fun with the game, and I played I think around an hour and a half, not much really, but that time I spent with the game left me wanting more.
Perfect.
And not in the sense that, oh yeah, like it disappoints me, I want more. No, like I want to play more of this same game. and that is something that I didn't expect the game to accomplish really, because initially it didn't speak to me just by looking at the trailers and kind of game. I thought it looked cool, but I didn't feel it was my kind of game. But after playing it, I'm like, yeah, give me more of this. And the story, there isn't much of the story there, but what I saw of the story, I'm intrigued by many things. I want to explore more of Faith's character. I want to see more of her. And there was a guy called Noah. Like I want to get to know more about this universe, about this world, and why she was imprisoned at the beginning of the beta. And what's going on? Like basically, why are they pursuing Faith and all this? And all of her, I don't know, community, whatever. Like, why is this happening? And keep in mind, I don't have any context because I didn't play the previous game.
Although I think it's sort of a soft reboot, because I'm not entirely sure if there's that much of a link between the first one and the latter, on top of Faith and the general setting and whatnot. But I think there are some things that might not even be touched upon in the first game.
I don't know if it's a reboot or a prequel. I don't know, whatever. But anyways, it looks very interesting, and just like getting on top of a building and looking at the horizon and all these buildings and all these different places you can go to. It's open world, so
that's what's different from the first one. The first one was not open world. Yeah, it was a more linear game.
And this is open world, and it's impressive because it's so well constructed that you can really like, even though it's on rooftops, even though it's on top of buildings. You don't feel like you can go from A to B like directly. You have to run around or circle around. No, like there's always a path from every point to every point in the map, and that's impressive to manage because it's open world, but it's on rooftops. Like the buildings aren't connected in any ways, and they manage to connect them in many different ways. And that's just clever. That's clever level design and game design, and I'm impressed. I'm very, very impressed by it. And the frame rate is stable; like it never drops. And I think that's very, very important in a game like this. I liked it a lot. I'm very, very positive on the game, and I'm looking forward to it. When it's out? You know, when is the release?
Fairly soon. Let me tell you.
Because it's this year, I'm sure of that, but I don't remember the exact date of release for Mirror's Edge Catalyst. I like the
June 7th.
title. June 7th. Oh, it's
almost here.
Very soon.
Almost.
Before E3.
Before E3, and one day after The Edge of Nowhere, which is the VR game from Insomniac.
Cool.
Yeah, just cool. Random facts.
But related in a sense, like for similar games, right? No, or am I mixing them up?
You might. I don't know.
What's
Mirror's Edge of Nowhere? It's the VR game that takes place in the Arctic or the Antarctic.
Oh,
it's exploration.
Because I thought it was the game.
It's first person. Well, no, the Edge of Nowhere is not first person.
Because I thought it was the VR game where you where you are on top of a building, and you gotta like cross. Like walking on a very small tiny thing, like that tiny pole,
right?
And you're on top of a building, and if you look down, like you look down, right? I thought it was that game.
No, I don't even know what that game is.
Yeah, it's a VR experience that was talked about in many different places because you really felt like when you were playing it,
the vertigo.
And you look down and you were like, oh shit, like
yeah.
So I thought it was that because of the name, but no, I'm sorry, mixing things up. But yeah, very soon, and the Mirror's Edge Catalyst. I love the subtitle of the game.
Yeah,
Catalyst.
Me too.
Catalyst.
Yeah.
That sounds so cool.
Some cool subtitles. Some other people should learn from that naming process.
Yeah, we'll be getting to that later. But meanwhile, let's jump to the next beta, Gears of War 4.
Gears of War 4 beta.
So I'll let you.
All right. Just as you said, you played Catalyst and I played Gears of War beta, which by the way, it's still open. It's still it's an open beta now. You can all play it. You can all try it out, and we'll really encourage you to try it out so that you can formulate your own opinions on it. As far as mine go, though, I gotta say I was talking to you a little before the show, saying that I always tend to go back to Halo every time, every single show, and I'll do it again. And that is because
Fanboy.
yeah, I know. Get it? Yeah, put it in the comments. I don't care. Um, Halo's beta, Halo 5, the beta for Halo 5, the first one, came out almost a year before the game came out on. The game came out on October 2015, and the beta was on late December 2014. And at the time when it came out, I was really surprised to see how polished the game was. Really, the multiplayer game, the multiplayer aspect of the game was. You could really, if that was the the multiplayer that you would have gotten by the time the game came out, you wouldn't have noticed because it was that polished. It was really, really good. Now, push forward to 2016. Gears is coming out on October 2. We are now in April, which is a little over 6 months away from the game coming out. And I played the beta, and I was not expecting a Halo 5 thing with the game super polished, just ready to ship.
Fanboy.
But I felt that the game was a little too rustic. It was a little too lacking in so many things, so many little things. Like, in general, the environment felt a little faded, not many colors. The character models were very unpolished.
Wow.
I don't know. It felt really lacking to me, and I've never been a fan of the Gears of War franchise in the multiplayer. I love the single player. Sorry, I love the campaigns. We played Gears of War 1 recently. And I loved it. I really liked it. I'm really hoping to play Gears of War 2 soon. But the multiplayer feels very lacking. They don't really embrace, or they don't really replicate the feeling of dread and excitement and adrenaline that you might get from the campaign. It feels bland. It's, as you mentioned, a shotgun fest. The shotgun is really overpowered. The rest of the weapons might as well be toy guns. The dynamic between the two. It's 2 teams of 4, and then you have 2 game modes, which are Team Deathmatch, and the other one I can't really remember the name, but it's something like I would say Headquarters. Like, remember that game mode in Call of Duty?
Yeah.
Zone-based gameplay. I didn't play the latter. I played the former. I played Team Deathmatch, and it's weird because you have like 15 spawn tokens. And so you play the game, and it's 3 rounds, or 2 rounds, sorry. The first one to end the other team tokens by killing the other team wins. And, you finish killing, you can respawn as long as you have those tokens. And when you run out of them, the people that are still alive at that moment finish the game, like it's sort of like a team search and destroy thing where you gotta look for the other players and kill them, and they won't respawn anymore.
Okay, makes sense.
The concept is not bad. The concept is cool, but 15 is a very, very small number for, with small maps, with very quick maneuvering and player movement from one part of the map to the other extreme. It's really a small number. The matches are 7 minutes, 8 minutes, 6 minutes, and that's taking into account both rounds of the match.
It doesn't feel right with a fast-paced game.
Exactly.
Right? Like this one.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know, man. I really wanted to like it. I really wanted to see.
But you didn't.
Yes, but I didn't. There was not much character development as far as I could see, or you're like getting better and gaining more things while it's getting better. There are something like what Doom did with the modules.
More like progression rather than development.
Exactly,
right?
yeah, progression. That's the word. I didn't feel there was much progression. I didn't see any character customization either. Like, I don't know. There's so many little things that, multiplayers nowadays really have, all of them, and yet I didn't find them in Gears. Now, that could be because the Coalition, which is, the developing studio, this is their first game. Their real first game as a studio after they conglomerated themselves with great minds from the very different places. But still, I would have expected more from the game. Now, this is a beta, right? We're still ways off. A lot of things could happen from here to October. But I don't know. I felt something lacking in there. I really didn't enjoy it
It's
myself.
a shame, really,
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
it's a big title. And I mean, I didn't play it, but I'm right with you in the sense that I'm not a fan of Doom. Not Doom. I know, I'm a big fan of Doom. Sorry
Yeah.
for that. I'm a big fan of Doom. Love you, Doom. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Gears of War multiplayer. Yeah, I'm all for campaigns in the Gears of War saga, not the multiplayers, because it's shotgun fest, and I just the controls and how the movement behaves in Gears of War, to me it doesn't appeal to me in a multiplayer sense at all, like nothing. But also, it's weird because I've been seeing comments and previews from different press and gaming sites that they've been saying that the game visually looks
Yeah.
like just lacking, and it's just very weird because I remember it was like a month ago. I don't know. Someone at the coalition said that Gears of War 4 will be like a big
Yeah,
graphical showcase
exactly,
for the
yeah.
Xbox One, and after seeing this, I'm like, where is that?
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that graphical showcase will be on the single player.
Right. Yeah.
Because keep in mind, the single player in Gears of War 4 will be running at 30 frames per second, while the multiplayer runs at 60 frames per second. So
Yes.
maybe, just maybe, they had to sacrifice a bit of a visual quality
Right. Yeah.
in order to have the game run a multiplayer at 60 frames per second. And if that's the case, yeah, I'm fine with that. Because in a multiplayer, fast-paced multiplayer game, you rather have frames than visual quality.
Yeah.
I think
Absolutely.
a single player 30 frames per second. If you have like these big wow moments, cool.
Yeah.
So that decision makes sense, but I'm also
Yeah.
intrigued by how.
That's in part what I was shocked by. I remember the first time we saw gameplay from the game, that was E3 2 years ago or a year ago, where they at the very end of the presentation they showed a little bit of the campaign for Gears of War, and I mean it wasn't as impressive, but it wasn't bad. It was a very good showcase. The lighting was great, the environment was great. You could feel the darker tone, the dread, the feeling of unknowing that came from the Gears of War games as almost horror games, because they're not really horror.
No.
They were not anymore, at least not after one, as far as I know. But one at least had that, those moments where you didn't know what was going to come out.
Yeah,
to
it
get
has
you, right?
it has environment,
Exactly.
like a good environment, but
Yeah.
not horror at all. I mean, enemy, if you're scared by
Right,
Gears of
yeah,
War,
yeah, yeah.
like come on, dude, play Silent Hill, right?
Played exactly, yeah. Play
or even
Outlast.
or even Resident Evil. Well,
Yeah.
not the new ones, but
But as far as settings go, they were, shooting to that, right? They were very dark, very night in the woods kind of thing going on, and that was what I saw on the E3 presentation. And back then, I thought, okay, if they polish this, they can get a very good, visually stunning game.
Yeah.
After yesterday's beta, I never saw any of that. I really, none of that was shown. I really felt that I was playing a very, end generation game for the 360 or the PS3.
wow,
Yeah, that bad.
wow,
Yes. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I want to see that. I want to see them doing a much better job, and in terms of cinematics, in terms of visual aspects in the multiplayer, in the single player, in the campaign. And let's hope and see if they can polish that multiplayer from here to October.
I'm pretty confident that they can pull many things off, because it's this game is backed by Microsoft, and
Right.
Microsoft knows it's a big deal for them this year. So I'm guessing that this is just a beta thing and a multiplayer thing, because I'm pretty sure the single player will really look impressive. I mean, at least I hope so.
Hopefully.
But yeah, I mean, it's still a very early impression. It's still a very early thing. Well, not very early, but it's, I don't know. Like, I really don't know how to feel about this, but it's but I'm confident. I'm confident that they can actually pull something like really really cool.
Yes.
And yeah.
And remember, don't take our word for it. Go and try
Go
it out.
play, yeah.
It's open beta. See for yourself. You might like it. You might think I'm wrong, and that's perfectly agreeable. I would love to see that. I would love to see your comments on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, as far as I and you go with Catalyst, those are our impressions and opinions, and very personal opinions.
Absolutely. So impressed by one and disappointed by the other.
Yes.
And I don't want to be so negative, but I think according to our program for the show,
Right.
we will be continuing on negative stuff and disappointment. So
That's news for you.
the big N,
Yeah.
big N, Nintendo. I'm wearing a Nintendo 64 T-shirt right now.
Worst day to do it.
Yeah, that I bought actually at the Nintendo World Store in New York City.
Cool.
It's a cool T-shirt because it's my favorite console of all time.
Right.
And I love it so much. But Nintendo, why?
Bad news.
So today, Wednesday,
Yeah.
Wednesday, April.
Yeah, almost breaking news, right?
Yeah. This just happened a few hours ago. By the time we're recording this, right? So today is Wednesday, April the 27th. So today, Nintendo held an investors meeting in Japan. This is a Nintendo of Japan thing. And a couple of news came out from that meeting. All of them very disappointing. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever felt this disappointed from Nintendo in a long time. So, the news basically, the NX is not coming this year as we initially thought.
Yes.
As the previous rumors pointed towards. So, and I'm guessing that was the initial plan, but like they couldn't meet.
Having it this year?
Yeah,
Right.
but just because of rumors and hardware manufacturing orders and stuff that were leaked before. So I'm guessing this is this is either two things. So they couldn't meet. They couldn't have the manufacturing in order set for shipping this year, or they are chickening out because of the PlayStation 4 Neo, PlayStation VR, and all the stuff coming out later this year. That's
Or even a third option, I think maybe they don't have
Software?
the games
The software?
ready.
Yeah. And if that's the case, that's like the worst
Yes.
out of it. Like Nintendo, come on.
Yeah.
It's your job. It's your
Yeah.
only.
Exactly. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. This goes very much in hand with what we were talking about last week with the press kit, with the development kits.
Yeah.
I really still stand by my opinion on that. They should have given those dev kits way back, so that they had, the studios had enough time to have games ready for the NX when it came out. Which, yeah, I mean, I think it's a very, very likely scenario that they didn't have the games ready, and so no console because there's no launch lineup.
That's definitely a possibility. So the NX is coming out on March 2017.
Yeah.
And along with its delayed, not really a delay because they didn't announce any release window before, not anything official at least. But along with that, Zelda.
Yeah.
Zelda Wii U, Zelda NX, whatever you want to call it, it's delayed again.
You can now officially call it Zelda NX because finally we know that it's coming to NX.
So
confirmed.
This Zelda game was originally going to be releasing. Keep this in mind and don't forget about this. This game was supposed to be released on holiday 2015.
Yep.
Now delayed to holiday 2016, and now delayed to 2017, and not even March 2017, just 2017. Yeah. So this is the dangerous thing. I'm guessing, and I just freaking hope it's a launch title.
Yeah.
It's March 2017 because if it's a holiday 2017 title, Nintendo screw you. Like that's there's a limited amount of time that you can delay a game until you piss off your. I mean, a delay is okay. It's good because you're polishing the game.
Quality.
And, exactly. As Miyamoto said.
Yes.
Like what was the phrase that Miyamoto said? But it went something like a good delayed game will always be good, but a bad rushed game will always be bad.
Yeah, something along those lines. Yeah,
and that's true. I fully agree with you, Mr. Miyamoto-san. If you're watching this,
I really doubt he is, but yeah, why not?
Yeah, but there's a limited. What happened there?
My mic's going.
So there's a limited amount of time you can delay a product, right? Until you piss people off. And I think Nintendo just crossed that line with Zelda. We've been waiting, especially because, well, if for instance on the PS4, if you delay Uncharted 4 or you delay Doom or you delay Ratchet and Clank, well, I got all of these games to play.
Exactly.
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
on the Wii U, you delay Zelda. What do you have to play?
Absolutely
What
nothing.
else do you have to play? Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
And that's the big deal, because you're delaying a game and you're not giving anything back to your consumers who bought your console.
Exactly.
Who bought your what now I think your overpriced console right now. And this is super wrong. So yeah, NX March 2017. The Zelda Wii U also delayed to 2017, and also E3. So the hopes and the hype for Nintendo's presentation and Nintendo's presence at E3 this year was very big, because we knew they had to come out with guns blazing and drop the bomb, Zelda and X and all these launch games. So now, Nintendo said that the only game, and this is super, the only game, one game
Yeah.
from one of the three major big publishers in the planet. There will be showing only one game at E3.
Yeah.
Like one, it will be playable, granted, but only one. What the fuck?
Yes. Yeah.
What's going on, Nintendo? This is wow. I'm so disappointed.
They also said no NX, right? They also said they were not gonna be talking about the new console.
They will be not showing the console at E3. I mean, it will not be playable. They did say that the NX, they will be revealing specs and like the concept and price and all that kind of info this year.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't say
On E3.
if it's on E3 or not. Maybe
Right.
E3, maybe. I'm hoping E3 at least, because if you're only showing Zelda, like that's a bare bones show.
Yes.
Definitely a bare bones.
No matter how big Zelda is, no matter how loved the franchise is, it's not. You're not making a show for one game.
For one game, even though even if it's a big one. For instance, Bethesda, Doom is super big. Fallout 4 is super big, and they didn't make an entire press conference just for one of those games.
Exactly.
They put both
Yeah.
games
They
and a
give
couple
you-
of other games.
Exactly, yeah. The
And
Dishonored games, the Fallout Shelter.
And there were a few others. There was
yeah.
like a MOBA type of game, I think so. Like there were other stuff.
Yes, yeah.
On there was also other Scores Online things, I think so.
Right, yeah.
And yeah, there was a couple of stuff there, and well, that's how you do a press conference, right? Especially an E3 press thing, not for one game, but wow, so only Zelda.
Only Zelda.
What's your take on this?
Oh man, I have so many things to
Go on.
say with this. First of all, again, screwed over with the Wii U. We've talked about this before. I bought my Wii U to play Zelda, to play the Zelda U, famed game. That was my only reason. That and Smash. And Smash, granted, I got it. But I could have just as well waited for the NX to come out. Not spending that 250 was back then. I think 250,
300. 300. Yeah, it's still right now.
Yeah,
it's still 300. Yeah.
Jesus. Okay, well, $300 on a console with Smash Brothers and my hopes for Zelda. Now we know that Smash might come as a port to the NX, and we know that Zelda is gonna be coming to the NX. So what was the point then? What was the point, Nintendo, in buying a Wii U if I wasn't not gonna use it at all? The only thing I used it for was Mario Kart. Mario Kart in Nintendo Land, and I use it every once in a while when we get together at my house and we want to play Smash. And that's it. That's the only use I have for my freaking Wii U.
And to be fair, like Mario Kart is a super awesome way. It's the best Mario Kart game. Smash Bros. Is the best Smash game.
It's also a very good game. But I didn't buy a console for 2 games. I didn't buy a console for... And again, Smash might be ported to the NX. So, okay, I bought my console for 1 game, for Mario Kart.
Yeah.
I might as well go and play to your house and I would have gotten the same effect. So I'm very disappointed at this. I'm gonna have to buy the NX because I love Zelda and I love my Metroids and I love my Marios and I love all this because I love Nintendo. In the very, very depths of my heart, I love Nintendo, but I hate Nintendo too, because now I feel like a betrayed customer. I feel like a betrayed, you know, kid that loved and started playing with Nintendo, and Nintendo was my childhood, and now Nintendo is, you know, giving the cold shoulder to me, and I'm really disappointed. As you said, there's gotta be a difference between delaying a game in case of Zelda and just really understating the time you need to develop it, because this now sounds like, I mean, 2 years, really? You delayed a game for 2 years? That means you didn't finish the game and now you need to polish it. That means you have to still put work in the game.
I think this delay is just marketing. It's just delaying because they wanna get this for the NX. Because if this was only a Wii U development, this would have been out already, or this year at the latest.
I would have, yeah, I would agree.
There's no way you can take this long for a Zelda game.
The one thing that I don't understand then is why, if you hadn't had a big game for holidays 2 years in a row, why not release Zelda, your biggest franchise? I mean,
I think Nintendo just gave up on the Wii U.
Yeah.
Because I think Nintendo just realized that they aren't making the money back. If they really sell on the Wii U, they can sell enough copies on the Wii U for the game to make a profit.
Yes.
So I'm guessing they just, I mean, and financially if you put yourself in their perspective, it makes sense financially. Just, I mean, push it back and have it released on the NX and make a profit. That makes sense. But also, how do you how do customers like you are gonna feel about that?
Yeah,
right?
Terrible.
Exactly. That's terrible. And you just mentioned a keyword, betrayed.
Yes.
And that's exactly what I wanted to ask you. Like, do you feel betrayed by Nintendo?
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely. Yeah.
You answered the question earlier. So, wow, it's awful. Like, I don't think I've never been this disappointed by Nintendo. And I love Nintendo, and I've also told you that Nintendo is, I think, the only company in the world, in the planet, like any company of any industry, that I have a love-hate relationship with.
Yeah.
I love Nintendo so much.
Absolutely.
I have a shit ton of Nintendo t-shirts.
Yeah.
I have Nintendo plushies. I have a lot of Nintendo games. I have all Nintendo consoles. I have a lot of Nintendo stuff. I love Nintendo.
Yes.
I love their properties. But sometimes they make these weird freaking decisions that don't make any sense to me. That just like go against the trend of what we as Nintendo fans want from them.
Yeah.
And it's not that difficult, Nintendo. Like, it's just get Zelda out, just get a 3D Mario game out, just get Metroid out. That kind of stuff is what Nintendo fans want out of the company.
Of course.
Like, even with the third party thing, okay, yeah, you aren't getting third party support, whatever. The Nintendo 64 didn't have third party support as well. And I'm pretty sure for both you and me, it's one of our most beloved consoles ever. It had very few games, but it didn't have like this big droughts throughout most of its lifetime. It had a lot of games that we still remember because of how special they were.
Yes, yeah, both our favorite games are
on that platform.
Ocarina of Time and Mario 64 are on that platform.
Exactly. And that's not including a lot of other games on that platform. There's Super Mario 64, Ocarina of Time, Smash and 64, Pokemon Snap was also
Mario
great.
Parties,
The three best Mario Party games are on that console. Mario Kart 64 and all the rare games.
Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie,
GoldenEye,
of course,
Perfect Dark, Just for
course.
Gemini, Conker's Bad Fur Day, Donkey Kong 64. Those games, that's all you need. And those are like, I don't know, like 10 games? No, like 10, 15 games. Not much games, granted. Like, Rayman 2. Rayman 2 is also excellent game. Those are like
Star Wars Racing. That was
exactly.
a great game too.
And those are like 15 games, and that's not enough for a console. Absolutely. I 100% agree. But those 15 games are a lot more than what the Wii U has now.
Exactly.
And granted, the Wii U has some amazing games. Mario Kart 8 is an amazing game. Wind Waker HD, great game. Super Mario 3D World, great game. Smash, great game. Splatoon, super good game, super clever
Mario
idea.
Maker, and
Exactly. But I mean, that's it.
Yep.
Like, that's what if? So if I have like 10 games, what if 50% of those games do not appeal to me?
Yeah.
Which I think is more than your case.
Yes.
Right. So you're left with 3-4 games
Exactly. Yeah.
on a platform, on a
Exactly.
console.
Yes. On a $300 console.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
right.
I spent those $300 and I got Pikmin's not my cup of tea. Mario Kart I love, but I really it's not a game that I would really invest myself into. Smash is one of those games. Wind Waker, I love Wind Waker, but it's a remake. It's a game that I already played.
Yeah.
The same with Twilight Princess. The same with what else? Jesus, I can't even
3D
fucking
World.
think of a game. 3D World, yeah, of course. I love 3D World, and I played it with you. I love the 2D platformers. I love Super Mario U and Super Luigi.
Donkey Kong.
I didn't even play the Tropic Freeze and this both games because retro whatever. I didn't play and I didn't really invest myself in them.
It's Nintendo is having a problem managing not only their franchises, because Metroid, where is it, right? But also managing genres.
Yeah,
Definitely. I know that Nintendo is probably the best ones in the entire industry in 2D platforming. I get that you're the best at doing that. Okay, I get that. But Jesus, man, like, come on.
Yeah.
Another one every couple of months. And they had something very special with New Super Mario Bros. With the brand of New Super Mario Bros. And they completely burn out that thing.
Yeah.
By releasing 2 New Super Mario Bros. Games on the same year, a few months apart, one on the 3DS, one on the Wii U, that nobody asked for.
Yes.
Nobody asked for those games.
And they're great games. I mean,
They're great, yeah.
Yeah.
But like, it's mind-boggling why they did that. Like, who's making those kind of decisions?
Yes.
And I get they're easier to produce than a 3D big game. I get that, but I mean. Weren't you prepared for this new HD era?
Exactly.
That, by the way, Nintendo began like in 2005, 2006, not in 2012 when you got into that.
Hell, you were the first freaking next gen console before the Wii U, the Xbox One, before the PS4.
Yeah.
You should have been ready. You should have had the properties and the games and the everything planned out. You had months before any other console was your competition to get ready, to get games out there, to sell your system, but you didn't. And it transcends freaking gaming. I mean, we on YouTube, we are here, and we have to go through a whole process to try and get Nintendo videos to you because you don't have real YouTube, a real partnership with the YouTubers. You don't have a real partnership outside of a couple cases here and there with people trying to get your content out there. And it's mind-boggling. It's really a very bizarre situation with Nintendo, and I you get to a point where you almost lose hope with them.
Yeah.
Almost. I'm this close, really this close to really losing faith in Nintendo.
Yeah, and to be fair, I mean, this is not the first time that I'm disappointed by Nintendo, but I'm pretty sure this is the time that I've been the most disappointed by them, and that's a damn shame. That's a super big shame. And I don't know, like they really gotta drop the bomb with the NX.
Yes.
Like it now it must freaking be, I don't know, it must reinvent time or whatever. Like it's now it should be a big revolution.
Yeah.
I
agree. Yeah.
and now it
nice.
Just freaking rename that to the Nintendo Revolution.
Yes.
Right. And
I really hope they bring all they've got with the NX. I really do hope.
And do you think they will?
No, I don't.
Because one a part of me says yes, because it's the only thing that makes sense. But also, I remember all these other times that Nintendo didn't make sense with their decisions.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I just hope that at least they don't go full on with the mobile thing now. I just really hope that they go, they straighten their heads, new precedent, new direction, but don't go to the mobile market.
I'm afraid they see the mobile thing as a pool of money,
right?
And they just focus resources on that.
Yeah.
And they might leave us, their fans, the freaking fans that buy overpriced t-shirts at their store, sitting here like waiting for stuff from them and not getting that and just playing stuff on the other consoles.
Yeah. And if you that and you go to a mobile market as feeble and as unreliable and unstable as it is, as dynamic as it is, you might end up with no fans at all. You might end up with, neglecting the old fans and now losing the new fans that are
the mobile market is
really
so
volatile.
It's the mobile market is so unreliable.
Yeah.
Even yesterday at my job, I was doing a research, kind of a benchmarking research on video game studios in Mexico.
Right.
That and most of them have been doing mobile stuff, and like most of the studios I found just died, like a few months, years after they began activity.
Right.
Because a lot of their social media accounts were abandoned since 2013, 2014. I'm like, what happened? And it's mostly because of mobile thing. Because people see the mobile as a pool of money and they try to exploit that, but they don't realize that everyone and their grandmothers is making
mobile game.
a mobile app,
Absolutely,
a game or app or whatever. And yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that it's a dumb decision to go into mobile development.
No,
I'm not saying
absolutely.
that. I'm not a market specialist, definitely. But also, but what I'm saying that it isn't the savior for your financial difficulties on your company. It isn't the answer.
Yeah.
And
Agreed. Yeah.
wow, I'm so worried about this. And yeah, even though I love my Wii U, like I've been playing a lot of good games on it. I love Super Mario 3D World. Wind Waker HD, I didn't play it before. I only played until this remake, and it's one of my favorite games of all time. It's so freaking good. I'm still waiting to play Bayonetta 2. I have the game, but I haven't got the time to play, and I know it's freaking awesome. There's Yoshi's Woolly World, which is, in my opinion, the best 2D platformer Nintendo has ever made since the Super NES era.
Wow.
And that game and Mario Kart 8, one of my favorite games of all time as well.
Right.
I'm a big Mario Kart fan. I'm how you feel about Smash is how I feel about Mario Kart,
okay.
and maybe a bit more.
Wow.
I'm just so into Mario Kart. I love Mario Kart so much. It's so special to me, and that game is so good. But also, like, that's it. And I'm not saying that I feel disappointed, but yeah, in a sense, because those games are enough for me. For me, those games maybe are enough, very close to not being enough for me to get a Wii U.
Right.
Especially because of Mario Kart 8. I'm just so big on Mario Kart 8. But I was expecting more. When I bought the console, I was expecting that this machine was a machine where I will be playing in a few years a new Metroid.
Yeah.
Or a new Zelda. And it's 2016 and I'm still not getting that. And you have F-Zero. What's F-Zero? Like, people are demanding
Yeah.
an F-Zero game. What's so difficult about making an F-Zero game? People are demanding. Oh, because Miyamoto said, like, we don't have any new ideas to reinvent. You don't have to reinvent the fucking game.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
put vehicles, fast, velocity, and
that's it. Yeah, that's it. It's just a racing game.
It's just a racing game. Did you see Microsoft reinventing Forza?
Of course
every
not.
year?
Of course
Is
not.
Halo being reinvented every
Nope,
iteration? No.
It's not.
No, it's just improved upon.
Exactly.
Just improved upon it. Oh, and how can you improve F-Zero? Well, Nintendo, big surprise. You got new hardware.
Yeah.
Right? You can do 60 FPS with good visual quality. You
Right.
can do now. I know this is a very alien concept for Nintendo, but you can do online.
Yes.
Online.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, you know what which franchise you can do online for? Star Fox. Oh, you didn't.
Yeah.
You didn't, and that pisses me off.
Yeah.
Because Star Fox is one of the key games in Nintendo that can benefit from online competitions. Imagine a 4v4 Star Fox versus Star Wars team, like dogfights in space and on a planet, and just the two of us and two other people, and just fighting four other dudes on space, and that sounds so much cool.
Exactly.
And it isn't there. Why? Like, Nintendo is perhaps out of the entire game industry the company that has the biggest potential for everything. They have a lot of potential for any of their franchises. They can destroy their competition like anytime they want. Imagine if Nintendo just comes out with at the time Sony comes with a PlayStation 5 and Xbox with their next console comes out with a console as powerful or more powerful than those consoles, getting all the third-party support these consoles are getting, and removing their stupid restrictions of because kids and whatever. Just get Call of Duty, get Battlefield, get all of this stuff on the console at the same time.
Yeah, and then
PlayStation
bring
and
on
Xbox,
your first party
and
games.
then bring 3D Mario, bring Zelda, bring a Metroid Prime game, a big Metroid game, bring F-Zero, bring Mario Kart, bring Smash, bring all of that in the same year. Imagine all of that in the same year. PlayStation and Xbox can't do anything to compete with that. Like, you can't. Even if you bring Halo, even if you bring Uncharted, as much as we love those franchises, as much as The Last of Us is one of the best games ever made, like, you cannot stand up against Nintendo if they have all of the same third-party games as you, and Mario, Zelda, Metroid, F-Zero, Mario Kart, Smash, all of these games in a single year. Like, you cannot stand to that. Just Nintendo will crush everything with good marketing, of course. They have the potential to do that, and they are not fucking doing it.
And it's so easy.
It
It's
pisses
really
me off. It
so
pisses
easy.
me off.
It's the easiest method. It's just the
It's
Western
proven.
way, and it's
proven.
exactly.
It's proven. It's reliable. It's proven. Just do that. Just have a console on the level of hardware, on the level of power as Sony and Microsoft. At the time they released that Nintendo, not 3-4 years later.
Yeah.
At the time of the day they released that, and get all this third-party support. It's just that easy. Why are you getting the third-party support? Because you are difficult to develop for.
Yes.
Because if I'm making a game for PS4 and Xbox One, and your console is underpowered, is way underpowered, it's just difficult for me as a developer to dumb down the game to have it released on your platform. For what? So that 100,000 people buy it? Like, that's what's happening.
Yep.
Because you're not selling enough copies. Because you're not, not copies, units.
Yes.
That's, wow. It infuriates me. It pisses me off so bad.
I agree.
And I don't know, like, this makes me feel bad about Nintendo. And I as I've said 2 times already, I don't think I've ever felt disappointed in the company before. It's like, why do you announce only one game? Why are you showing only one game at E3? Yeah, Zelda's big, but you're putting too much faith in it.
Yes, exactly.
And I'm a big Zelda fan. I love Zelda. Zelda is one of the biggest franchises ever. It's one of those few franchises that always, every game in the franchise is excellent. It's excellent. It's almost damn near perfect. Like, there's not a single Zelda game besides the
Zelda
freaking... Oh, well, Zelda 2 is a different game.
Yes.
Right? But I wouldn't call it bad. I was referring really. I was referring to the Philips CDI.
Oh, of
games.
course, yeah.
Besides those, there's not a single Zelda game that you can point at and say, "Oh, that's a bad game."
Yes.
Not a single one.
Yeah, I agree.
Not even a single Zelda game that you can point towards to and say it's an okay game. Not a single Zelda game that you can say it's a good game. No, I think all Zelda games are above good. Every single one.
Again, save for me, it's safe for Zelda 2.
Okay,
Yeah.
Save for Zelda 2. I do think. Well, yeah, Zelda 2. I'm a bit confused with that game, really.
Yeah.
But okay, let's exclude Zelda 2. Whatever.
Every other
Zelda
single
1,
Zelda game.
A Link to the Past, all of the Link's Awakening,
all
Oracles.
those were groundbreaking in
every single
one. Yeah.
Every single Zelda game is above great.
Yes.
It's great and above,
Agreed.
and a few of those get to masterpiece status.
Yes.
Like Ocarina, like A Link to the Past, like Wind Waker. And to me, like A Link Between Worlds also, I think it's a good game. And even Skyward Sword, which is my least favorite 3D Zelda game, I think it's a groundbreaking game in many senses. Yeah. It's a game that advanced the series in many ways that I didn't think they would.
Yeah, both gameplay-wise and storytelling-wise.
Yeah, exactly. And it's so awesome, this franchise, and but is that enough for an E3 showing? Just one game? And also, why are you showing only Zelda? Like, you just announced a few months ago, Paper Mario is coming to the Wii U.
Right.
Where is that? Why aren't you showing that? Why aren't you having that playable on the show floor?
Yeah. That's dangerous, because now you might be saying that you might not have faith in Paper Mario to be again.
I can see why. I can see why.
Yeah, me too. Why. But again, you can, if you are if I do something, if I do a game, even if the game is bad, I've gotta back it up because I made it and it's my property. And Nintendo really has to give some support to its own properties, because if they don't, no one will. That's the big problem. I do agree. I mean, as you said, Zelda has several of their franchise games in my personal own top 10 of games of all time.
Yeah, me too.
Like,
me too.
I mean, a game like that, it's huge. It's so important, not just to me, not just to you, to every single one of us as gamers. As even if you don't like Zelda shaped so many things in gaming. And even then, even having a game that big, it's not enough for a E3 press conference that's just about that game.
Yeah.
It's just not. It's just not. And Nintendo is gonna get there and it's gonna hit a wall again. It's gonna say, oh, then maybe Zelda's not that big. Then maybe we shouldn't invest in Zelda. And a whole lot of other problems then arise from that. And that's what happened with Metroid. Metroid is not the big selling game, but that doesn't mean it's not an important game to so many people. And that's why I think my Federation thing exists, because maybe Metroid it's a casual game. Maybe we should make a casual game of Metroid. And if things keep going this way, we might end up with a mobile Zelda game, with a mobile Mario game.
No, if that happens, like, screw you, Nintendo. Like, I'm done with you.
Yeah,
absolutely. And Metroid is not a kind of game that sells copies. Definitely, I agree with you. But it's a kind of game that builds loyalty.
Yeah,
it's a kind of game that keeps your fan base satisfied.
Yeah.
And hungry for more, and staying in your platform.
I agree.
If you don't have the Metroid game for your fan base is gonna grow smaller and smaller and smaller. And surprise, that's what's happening right now. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
And I mean, instead of me investing in more Nintendo games, I'm investing on PS4 and Xbox One games.
Exactly.
And also Nintendo has some awful policies in terms of their games pricing.
Yeah.
Especially for us in Mexico, Nintendo games are super expensive in Mexico.
Yeah.
I don't
even
get why.
older Nintendo games, even like Wii games are still very, very expensive, depending on the game, of course. But
Smash for Wii U, it's still $60.
Yeah.
For us.
Yeah.
Why?
A game that's almost 2 years old. It's a year and a half old.
And Zelda, the Twilight Princess HD game, for us in Mexico,
yes,
it's the equivalent to around $80 to $90 US.
Exactly.
Why? I don't get why.
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense to me.
Me either.
So I wanted to get the game, but I saw the price and I was like, whoa, that's a freaking remake, dude. Like,
yeah. I played this game already. It's definitely not a full price game. It's not
not even full price. It's
exactly.
over.
It's over retail price. Exactly.
Retail
Yeah.
price. That's awful. That's awful. So yeah, Nintendo has a lot to do, and but even if they, I mean, even if Nintendo comes out with a strong lineup for the NX, I'm pretty sure, especially for you, you're gonna be more cautious in your purchase of a Nintendo console. I think so.
It's gotten to that point. It's gotten to the point where I actually feel dragged because of the love I have now. It's not. I mean, I still love Nintendo, but it's no longer enough love for me to buy the console. The one thing that's gonna make me buy the console, it's the games. It's the first party games.
Yeah.
No longer Nintendo. No longer the Wii U, Wii, whatever, NX, 3DS. It's now I feel like I'm being dragged by Zelda to buy the NX. I don't feel like I want to buy the NX to get Zelda or to get Metroid.
But now you don't have to buy the NX for Zelda because you have Wii U.
Right. Yeah.
And
sure.
the Zelda game is coming on the Wii U as well.
Yeah, but what else? Like, I mean, if I'm already making the investment, I at least want to have, again, the possibility of having a Metroid game, the possibility of having an F-Zero game.
But now you're not getting an NX until you get a confirmation,
of course,
of a Metroid game or a Zelda game.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that I'm 100% confident that you are not getting an NX on launch.
Of course not.
Absolutely not.
Nope.
Because you want to play a Zelda game. I know you want to play a Zelda game, but you have a Wii U. Right, so you're just gonna play it on a Wii U, and that's absolutely perfect. And in fact, I think I'm a very big Nintendo fan, and I'm also doing that. I think so. At least if Nintendo doesn't come up with like any big thing, on the platform,
right. But yeah, it's now you no longer trust them to do so. You need now to have the promise. You need now to have the confirmation that there's a future for the console, because now we've got a Wii U that's that we bought, or that I bought under that premise, under the principle that it's Nintendo. They are gonna fill that void of games with great first party games.
Yeah.
And they didn't. So now I'm wary at how I don't know if they're going to do the same thing with the NX. And so I'm not touching the thing until I know for a certainty that that they're bringing their big guns. They're bringing the Metroid. They're bringing the good Donkey Kong games, the good F-Zero games, all those games that have been neglected so far. And when I know that's a certainty, then I might think into buying an NX, maybe.
And like before with Nintendo, there was always something for sure that Nintendo always gave us, which was, they didn't have enough titles, but they had quality titles.
Yeah.
And as of lately, the last few months, that's not even the case anymore.
Yeah.
Just look at the reviews for Mario Tennis. Look at the reviews for Star Fox.
Yeah.
The Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival game. Like, what's going on with Nintendo?
Yeah, Mario Party.
They were on 2014. They were the publisher with the highest reviews average for all the games they published out of all the industry on 2014, and now they went down, like, but bad. Yeah, I'm not saying like they decreased by a few points. No, nope. They went down. Yes. What's going on, Nintendo? This is I'm worried about them. Yeah. But
we should move on. We could be talking about Nintendo for hours and hours and hours.
But before we move on, any final thoughts on all this? Any last few things you might want to add?
Oh man, I think I covered it all. I again, not buying NX on launch. I'm gonna wait past March 2017. I might as well play Zelda U on Wii U instead of the NX. And my trust for Nintendo has really, really gone downhill. Ever since I bought my Wii U, I feel betrayed, and I don't know. I really want them to win me over. I really do want them to be that girlfriend that really wants you back badly and wins you over with good things. And I want that from Nintendo. I want them to be
your girlfriend,
my rebound girlfriend. Because
yeah. Same with you. And I'm usually a Nintendo defender. I usually defend Nintendo, but this time, I don't know.
It's hard. Yeah,
it's difficult, and I don't want to defend them. I don't want to defend them anymore. Really, I just don't like what's going on at all. I don't feel right about them. I don't like what's happening, and Let's just wait and see. Wait till E3. Maybe they can blow our minds off.
Hopefully.
I see the possibility of that slim to none.
Yeah. Really,
but
it's there.
It's there, right? And at least we know for sure we're getting a Zelda game.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
At least. So there's that, right?
Yeah.
So moving on to more disappointment. more disappointment.
Well, I mean, this one's a smaller disappointment in terms of in comparison to what we've talked about so far.
Well, yeah, definitely. So, Call of Duty.
Yeah,
we are big into Call of Duty. We love Call of Duty games, especially the first ones. I mean, the first ones after Modern Warfare. The first Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
So apparently the title for the new Call of Duty game has been leaked.
Yeah.
And it's the dumbest game title I've ever
I've gotta agree.
seen. I think I told you yesterday that I didn't think that in my life I would ever see a dumber name than Xbox One.
Yes. Here it is.
Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
I got
very British there.
I got British over there. So here it is, 2016. The new Call of Duty game developed by Infinity Ward.
Yeah.
Is coming by holiday 2016. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Yeah. What the Your thoughts on this?
You pointed out, and I didn't. I thought Infinite Warfare. Sci-fi, in space, in very futuristic game. Okay, maybe if Buzz Lightyear was the protagonist, I would think it was a good title. And then you pointed out Infinite Warfare, Infinity Ward. It's like, oh, okay, so they are egotistical about this. They want their name in the title. I don't understand it. I don't like it, obviously. I think it's weird. I think it's okay. It's fitting for the setting. But that doesn't make it a good title. not by a long shot. And the only good thing that I can get out of this is that every time they come out with something Warfare in the name, they reinvent themselves. Modern Warfare was a revolution on its time. Advanced Warfare was, we're going to have jetpacks and flying shit. And it wasn't good, but it was revolutionary in a
flying
way.
shit.
Yeah. And now Infinite Warfare. Okay. I hate it because the title's stupid and dumb, but they're having many things with stupid, dumb titles that I've ended up loving because they weren't bad. Like the Xbox One. Or like...
Yeah, good point. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, there's some other...
That's such a dumb title for a console, right? Xbox One.
Yeah, why? Especially when everyone already called the original Xbox One because it was the first one. Anyway, god damn it. Nintendo is great at doing dumb titles too, with the DS, DSi, 3DS, 2DS,
Wii
new
U.
3DS, Wii U. Yeah,
The Wii was a good one, I think. I like the Wii.
Right.
It's catchy.
But
that's it. Like just
Wii. Yeah, the iterations after it.
Yeah,
those
just Wii, not Wii U. Man.
Exactly.
Like, come on.
Yeah. And still, the Wii was a great game. The 3DS was a very good console compared to the regular DS. But why do you confuse people with these stupid names?
Yeah.
I hope this is one of those things. I hope this is a very stupid title. This is a very dumb name for a Call of Duty game. I don't see myself saying, "Hey, Adolfo, you want to play Infinite Warfare?" Like, no. People are gonna think I'm stupid. I'm retarded, and I don't want that to happen. And I think it's a terrible title. But
terrible. Yeah.
I really want them to have a terrible title, but a great game. I would much rather that than having an amazing, great title. Like, oh man, I really want to play something.
Definitely.
Warfare and ended up being another Advanced Warfare, or another Ghosts, or another another bad Call of Duty game. I really want them to do something good, and let's wait and see. They do have something that I just read actually. Rumors, breaking news rumors. They seem to be adding as part of the game release, remaster of Modern Warfare, and that I'm excited for that. I'm really excited for that.
That's what I saw. That's what I read also, but I don't know if it's a remaster or a port or a backwards compatible thing for the Xbox One. But so
I think
if
it's
it's a remaster, if it's a remaster, take my money.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Modern Warfare, the original Modern Warfare, if it's coming back with multiplayer as well. Like the original Modern Warfare
right there under the name, you see it? Remastered.
Oh.
Yeah, and interesting.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Infinite
As we mentioned,
Warfare,
we actually just said it.
November 4th.
Yeah, very, very, very big into the first Call of Duties, especially that one. That one was revolutionary.
Modern Warfare Remaster is a full game download.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, if that's the case, yeah. Oh, and if it comes with a multiplayer, with the remastered multiplayer,
yeah, please sign me up.
Yeah,
sign me up.
Hardcore Search and Destroy is back.
Yeah.
If that's the case, yeah, definitely, very, very, very excited. I don't think.
I'm gonna leave that one, and then I'm gonna add the actual one in the edit.
Yeah,
but yeah, interesting.
Definitely. Wow. Okay, so that's how you change a news from a negative tone to a positive one.
Yeah,
definitely. Ooh, excited! And I also heard somewhere that it's they may be revealing the game next week.
Yeah.
Next week, I don't know.
Hopefully, it's a rumor, but hopefully,
if that's the case, yeah.
I'm excited.
I'm pumped for it. But the title is still stupid.
Yeah,
they're very stupid.
Agreed.
So
agreed.
Jumping to the next topic, ID Software co-founders. So if you know who ID Software is the company that is now developing the new Doom game.
Yep.
And is the studio that made the original Doom.
Yes.
One of the most important studios in the history of this industry.
Yeah.
It's definitely one of the most important studios in shaping how gaming is right now.
Yes.
And the co-founders of ID Software, who left the studio a couple of years ago, announced a new game.
Yeah.
a new game,
First-person shooter,
a
right?
first-person shooter. So obviously, exciting stuff. Because
Yes.
it's having a new game from these guys who changed the industry, who revolutionized the industry. It's so good. I don't think they can
Outdo
change.
themselves?
Yeah,
Or, yeah.
yeah. I do not think that's even possible right now. But it's the premise, and I mean the fact that this is happening is it's promising.
Yeah,
It's
I agree.
It's good.
I agree.
Do you have any thoughts on this? Are you excited?
I'm excited. I'm really excited. I know they are a big studio. I actually wanted to see, refresh my mind with the games that they've made. And yeah, I mean, I know about Doom. I knew about Wolfenstein. I didn't remember about Rage, which was a good game, 2011. And Quake. They were involved with Quake, which is still a revolutionary game.
Yeah.
Very active on the PC community.
Absolutely.
Some other games here and there.
Mostly Doom and Quake.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Yeah. ID Software, Texas. It's good news. It's really good news. I really want to see what this is all about. I saw the website where they were announcing it. I don't remember if there were any other than the just the picture, the image. If there was any videos or if there was any something else
I don't
shown
think
about
so.
the game. Because it's interesting. Again, I really want to see more about it. When do you think we're going to see anything about it?
No idea. I don't think E3 because it's a
Still
smaller
very
title.
recent, yeah.
I don't know. No, I really no idea. But I don't think we'll be seeing a release for this. I don't know soon. But it's exciting. It's very, 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 very exciting. Anyways, so jumping to our last topic because we ran out of time already. But let's just talk about this very briefly, quickly. Xbox 360 has been announced. The end of production for the console. No more hardware units being manufactured, obviously, because it's getting more complicated to manufacture.
It's a 10-year-old console.
Because of the parts and the components for the console are getting more tougher to get. So it's officially dead right now.
Well, I mean, the manufacturing.
At least, yeah. So just quickly, what are your thoughts on the Xbox? Not on the news, but on the Xbox 360. One of the most important consoles ever, right? I think the Xbox 360 is a Hall of Fame console.
Yeah,
Hall of Fame worthy.
You mentioned it earlier. Nintendo 64 is my favorite console of all time, but the 360, I think it's the most important console in my life. I think it shaped so many things. So I mean, if I was already a gamer back in the PS1 in the N64 days, the 360 really shaped that up to turn me into what I am right now. I mean, I am the gamer I am today because of the 360. I remember the very first time I was gonna get my 360. I was, oddly enough, we were in junior high school. And we were debating about which sci-fi franchise was better. And I was all for Metroid. Metroid Corruptions just came out. I just played it. I was in love with it. Yeah. And Halo 3 just came out. And this was 2007. And my friend Hasiel, which I say hi to. Hey, JC.
Hello, JC.
He was very much pro Halo.
Yeah.
And we were both obnoxiously, close to each other's opinions. And he was like, "No, man, Halo, it's the best thing ever. You haven't played the first two; they are great, and 3 is amazing. It's a visual showcase and whatnot." And I was like, "Of course not. Metroid, it's a huge, amazing franchise, my favorite sci-fi franchise ever." And one day we got together at a friend's house, at a mutual friend's house, and one other friend brought his 360 and put
LAN parties for Halo 3
my very first LAN party
were so awesome.
Were amazing. Yeah. And he brought his 360 with Halo 3 and he started up the campaign, which we've played together. No, we played it together. I don't know if we played it. We've played it. And the very first scene is fade to black, starry night, little comet coming on screen, which is Master Chief, spoiler alert, and you land on a jungle foresty place, and then cut to the scene, and you see this setting environment with the jungle and the trees, and there's light coming through the leaves, and there's a very sunny thing. There's marines there, the smoke and the main guy's black. I don't remember his name. You could see it coming out of his face. Like it was so groundbreaking. It had such an impression on me that it wasn't 2 months later that I already had a 360.
Wow.
Yeah, Halo 3 shaped my way of thinking that much. And that Christmas I had my 360. And from there on, I mean, now Metroid and Halo are my top sci-fi franchise of all time. We were both right. JC and I, we were both right. We were not wrong. Yeah, and that got me my 360. Then I went through all the debacle of the Dead Ring of Dead thing. I went through, 2 consoles. The one I sent Microsoft, the one I sent
such a rocky.
back. Yeah, it very weird things that happened. But in a way, they shaped, my experience with the console, and I love it for it. I mean, it was a terrible thing. It's a design flaw that's huge. The cost for the Dead Ring of Dead and everything, all that. But in a way, it still shaped my history with the console. I have these anecdotes with the console, if you may. I had that. I played Rock Band there. I played 360 became the console that played the games that my Nintendo console couldn't. Yeah. And because of that, it opened my doors to many other
because the Wii was
new
so
games.
underpowered.
Yeah. The only thing that we had was, motion controllers were great at that point. Was very innovative, was very good with first party. But everything else wasn't, there was a version of every game for the Wii and a better version of every game for the PS3 and the 360.
And not even every game.
Yeah, exactly. Some games were not even on
Mass Effect,
on
for
Wii.
instance.
Exactly.
Bioshock.
Yes. And my history with 360 is long, is very happy, with a couple, dips and downs here and there, just as every relationship in the world. And see that I'm treating my Xbox like a relationship. And it really, I don't know, it changed me in so many ways. It made me a better gamer. It introduced the whole online play for me. It introduced the whole massive cinematic experience games for me. It introduced some of my favorite games of all time: Mass Effect, Halo, Gears. I'm not loving, I'm liking, but it's not a bad franchise. I played my favorite genre at a time there, Rock Band. I played so many things, so many things, and it's now coming to an end. And in a way, it makes me sad. It saddens me. It really marked a part of my life, and now that part of my life, it's over.
It came to us in the right moment, I think.
Yeah.
In the right moment in our lives. And for you, it was Halo 3, the game that grabbed you. Yeah. For me, it was Call of Duty 4. Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. It was a game that I played at a friend's house, at Humberto's house. And that was where I saw Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. And the moment I saw the screen, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
What is this?
Yes.
I played the game right there. I sucked because I've never played this kind of shooter, but I fell in love with it. Like immediately, I was, oh shit, I want to play this game. Yeah. And I'm playing online. I was, oh, you can play online with so many people. This is so cool. I love that. And after that, the idea of getting an Xbox 360 stuck with me. And it didn't leave my mind. And I was just like, I must get this. Yeah. Until I finally
got it.
I finally got it a few months after you did, when we were finishing junior high, our last year junior high. I got at the beginning of the summer, I got an Xbox 360 Elite, the Elite one, the black one, and I got that, and wow, yes, I was hooked with it instantly. And I played. I remember the console came with Perfect Dark Zero as a free game.
Even better.
And back then I liked the game. I didn't love it, but I liked the game because I'm a big Perfect Dark fan. Mm-hmm. And a 2 weeks later, I got from the US. I imported Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare and Rock Band.
Cool.
With the full set.
Nice.
Remember the guitar, drums, the mic, everything. Yeah. And those were the 2 games that I played a ton of it. I played a ton of Call of Duty 4. That was my single player and online multiplayer game, like every single day. Yeah. And Rock Band was my party game. Yeah. I played a lot of those. And I got good at them. Yeah. Because I played a lot of them. And I just I love that. And later the console gave me some amazing experiences. Some of the best games I've ever played in Mass Effect 2. especially the entire trilogy, right? But especially Mass Effect 2, Bioshock Infinite,
Bioshock, of course.
and it gave me those amazing games that are unreplaceable.
Yes.
It also gave me like bad stuff, like for instance the Red Ring of Death issue.
Right. Yeah.
It only happened to me once, but that's enough to be like
Yeah.
a bad a kind of a gripe, right? But and also the Kinect disaster. I never got a Kinect, but that was like for me, what is this? I didn't care about that.
Right.
And also around that time, it was the Xbox shift in focus for a more casual audience. Under what's the name of this guy?
Oh, Kendrick? No.
No.
Matt Grant? No.
No. The previous the guy, the Xbox head that before Phil.
Matt.
Oh,
my God.
damn! I forgot his name. The guy that went to Singa.
Yeah, I know. Head of X.
Damn. Well, and while you look it up,
Todd. No.
during this period.
Don Matrick.
Yeah. That guy. So the console was shifting towards a more casual audience with a Kinect and a lesser focus on developing first-party hardcore games, because the Xbox 360 at the end of its life cycle began lacking those, especially when compared to the PS3.
Right.
And that was like for me it was an issue. It was a big issue, and also the UI, the current UI, the last UI for the Xbox 360, I think is one of the worst UIs ever in any console. I just freaking hate it. It's just so full of ads, unintuitive, slow. It's and not only my issue is not only the ads, but the ads not targeted to me, ads that I don't care about,
Right.
and it's slow as hell. I don't like it. But that doesn't take away from the amazing games that I play on the console. And for that, the Xbox 360 is one of the most important consoles ever. The controller,
of course.
is so good.
Yeah.
The console is so important to me, and it's a console that I still have hooked up to my TV. Yeah. Even though I have an Xbox One that is backwards compatible, I still have my 360 because it's so important to me, and I just like seeing the console on there because it's so good. So good, and with that, an era is over.
Yeah.
It's over, but...
Wow, 10 years.
10 years, yeah. It's 10 years.
No, 11 years. Came out 2005.
At the end of 2005, so it's 10
Almost
10 and a
10
half
and a
years.
half, yeah.
Wow. Time flies.
Yes.
So,
Good times.
And
farewell, my friend, 360.
Farewell. And speaking of time flies, the time for a show, it's over.
Yeah.
Let's just go very quickly with the games that are coming out. Now, first, for the Wii U and 3DS, Mini Mario and Friends Amiibo Challenge, which is a small downloadable game that was announced on the previous Nintendo Direct presentation.
Yes, yeah.
That's a small game. Free stuff. Maybe we can check it out if we don't have any other game to play.
Right.
Coming for both the Wii U and 3DS. Also for the Wii U, a very interesting game that I think I know you've seen, but I think you lost it on your radar. It's not on your radar anymore. Lost Rivers. It's a free-to-play game for the Wii U. Online, a free-to-play online game.
Might ring a bell, but I don't...
It's a cooperative free-to-play game made by Bandai Namco for the Wii U. It's coming out next week.
Okay.
Or this Friday. I'm not sure. It's coming out
soon.
these days. And I don't know. I want to try it out. Maybe you can get together and
Sure. Give it a try.
It's online. And it's free.
Exactly.
So maybe we could try it out and
try out that Nintendo Network. See if it works.
Yeah, and we call on Skype or whatever because.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can definitely try it out. And see what's about it because it looks good. It looks interesting. It looks like a very interesting game. Also, Shadow Complex is coming in a remastered form to the PS4.
Yeah.
Now, Super Hot, a very interesting first-person shooter game. Yeah. It's coming to the Xbox One now. It was released already for PC.
Okay.
And Mac, I think, and Linux. And now it's coming to the Xbox One. Super interesting. Super eye-catching. Definitely. Check it out.
Are you sure about Shadow Complex, though?
Yeah. Shadow Complex Remaster. It already came out for other platforms. Now it's coming to the PS4.
Because I was... Okay.
I think it's already
right.
on the
PC
Xbox
and the
One, I think.
And the One, right, okay.
Now it's coming to PS4.
Okay, soon, these days.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now it's coming to PS4.
I thought it was going to be a same time release for everything, simultaneous, yeah.
No, it took a while longer for the PS4. I don't know why, but it's coming now. And finally, the big one, Battleborn, coming to PC, PS4, and Xbox One.
Yeah, you want to see our thoughts on that
Next
game? Check last week's episode. We have some thoughts there for this game, for Battleborn.
Yeah. And also, by the time this video is up, we also have just the highlight of the last
that's
show,
absolutely right.
where we talked about our impressions on Battleborn.
Absolutely.
We'll leave the link on the end of this video on the outro, so you can check that out.
Excellent. Perfect.
Definitely. And that's it for this week's episode. We failed again at keeping this under an hour. Please forgive us. We suck at this. We suck at this. We're just... I'm sorry. It's just...
It's hard not to extend with Nintendo. It's very hard not to extend time with,
especially
good discussions
with this,
like this.
with this big news coming up from Nintendo.
Yeah.
I'm so mad at this. But anyways, thank you so much for watching the show on YouTube or listening on iTunes.
Oh, actually, before we go, what are we playing? Important.
Oh, I forgot that. Yeah, I'm playing Quantum Break.
Quantum Break. Good.
I'm having a lot of fun with it.
Excellent.
A lot of fun with it.
That's good. That's interesting. That's very nice.
I think that by next week I'll already finish the game, so I can talk a bit about my impressions and compare my impressions and my thoughts with your review.
Perfect.
Here on the show.
Oh yeah, that's true. Review is already up for Quantum Break. If you guys wanna check that out.
Check it out.
Yeah, it's gonna be in the description or in the annotations at the end of the video.
Yep.
Check it out. It's
definitely.
my thoughts on it. It's good. It's a good game.
Definitely.
And I played Quantum Break.
Halo 5.
I played Halo 5, of course.
And
I
Fallout 4.
Yes, Fallout 4. Yeah, you've got me checked up on. Yeah, I played Fallout 4. I played actually a quite long while of Fallout 4. I'm still so far from finishing it. It's a huge game. Very fun game to play. I also played what's the name? Gears of War 4, the beta. I failed to play Mirror's Edge. I hope I can play it when it comes out. But yeah, Gears of War and Fallout and Halo and Quantum Break. That's my games. And I hope to play Witcher 3 now.
The Hearts of Stone expansion?
Hearts of Stone expansion.
Yeah, dude, that is so good. In preparation for
Blood and
Wine. Oh, I've never been this excited.
Very, very good.
We forgot to talk about this. Oh my god, I knew I was forgetting something. Just very quickly, CD Projekt Red released some screenshots for the expansion, Blood and Wine expansion.
Outstanding. Yeah.
They look so beautiful, gorgeous, and I don't think I've ever felt this excited for a DLC before.
Yeah.
And I'm super excited. I'm super excited because this feels not as a DLC but as a new game in many ways. Because it's a 20-hour.
It's a very long expansion. Yeah. So
it's
huge.
It's an expansion, like a big expansion. So I'm very, very, very excited about that.
Me too.
And yeah, that's it. That's definitely it.
Yes.
Thanks for listening, for watching on YouTube or listening on iTunes or TuneIn. If you enjoyed your time with us, please like the video, share, and subscribe to Gaming Frontier on YouTube. Please click the subscribe button. It helps us a lot.
Yes.
Share it with your friends if you like. We appreciate all of your support.
That's absolutely right. Thank you so much, guys, for sticking with us. We'll bring you, my friends, a new episode next week, as well as some other content that we'll be bringing your way very soon. So stay tuned for that.
Definitely. You can always reach us on Twitter at _Gaming Frontier. And on Facebook as Gaming Frontier at facebook.com/Gaming Frontier Entertainment.
Yep.
If you have any questions you'd like us to answer on the show, you can send an email to gamingfrontier.contact@gmail.com. As always, thank you so much to Tecnológico de Monterrey and Mr. Isaac Estrella for making this possible every week.
Yeah.
Head over to our channel on YouTube to watch more gaming content published regularly. And thank you so much for watching. Sticking with us. Remember, guys, always keep playing and play The Witcher 3. It's awesome.
Bye, guys. See you next week.